Yeah. All right, well, we'll be okay.
All right, welcome to Hopkins Ice Arena, round one of district playoffs. And right off the bat, we've got some injury goalie controversy.
Well, yeah, Oliver hurt his leg skiing the other day.
So we've got Ellickson starting tonight. Was this his turn anyways?
His game. Yep,
so either way, it's his. So we'll find out next steps as needed.
Yep.
Trojans with Hasselfeld, Clavin, and LaRose. Jeffers and Wilson back on D with Ellickson, as I mentioned earlier, in net. Trojans control that first face-off. They do get, I don't know what shots on goal, but some good zone time and a little bit of pressure. Here comes Armstrong back the other way. And a big shot in early. And waved off. Hand pass, okay. A little bit of early excitement.
So the rebound that went in the air, he must have batted
over,
Charlie.
And then there was a little backside tap in there. So, all right, well, we'll hold on to a fortunate 0-0.
Charlie, that blocker.
All right, Kane and Brown and Homstall are in. Brown chips one to hold that zone. Does finally make its way to neutral ice here for Armstrong. What did we think? Because is it like the combined team? Are they like something birds? Because they're like the Falcons and the...
Yeah. So Cooper and Armstrong combined.
Prentice and Nicollet are in on D. I mentioned the line change of forwards and Kanan working his way into zone. Heavy pressure there. Good D as he pushed him off his line there just enough, but the puck ends up on the doorstep for a chance and nothing there. Wilson reverses back to Brown. That come off the side of the net?
Yep, side of the net.
Brown covering some space, ends up on the other side, shutting that down, holding off a clearing here for the Wings. They're the Wings. All right, that's good. All right, Kanan dangles his way in. Boy, Homstall got his hands free and close, was tied up, and got a nice shot at that. It sounded like it hit a blocker. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, leg pad there. This is one of the better goalies in our district here.
Okay.
So
we got to put good ones on him.
Yep.
Good turnaround there. Kurth and Meade chase into the corner. Centering pass.
Yeah!
Beautiful pass from Kurth to Altschul and a ton of... Wave it off?
No, but I think it should have been.
What happened?
That net was way off before it went in. Way off.
So we saw a little, I think Kurth drew some contact out here at the red line. Meade hustles into the corner, flips it back to Kurth. Kurth with a dart of a centering pass.
Shot.
And Altschul does a nice job of controlling it, has time, and puts it high. And 1 goal lead. Altschul from Kurth.
Nice play.
And Meade?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was 2. So Meade to Kurth to Altschul for the first goal. And a save for Ellickson. He tried to shoot that off. It popped up in his hand.
I don't think he meant for it to end up in his glove, but you know what? It worked.
You stop him while you stop him.
It was a bit of a change-up for him.
Wasn't sure about that off-speed pitch.
Yeah, he thought there'd be more heat coming.
All right, Kurth battles in the corner here. Meade follows it up. Prentice shuts things down. He tries to chip it forward. Kurth centering, ends up back to Armstrong, and Nicollet skates through with it. Nicollet finds a little bit of space, gets in and dumps that back behind the net. Kurth with some pressure. Nicollet and Ulchel close. And Armstrong breaks free, but Prentice is there to chip it back in. Nicollet's going to reverse around, patiently skate it through. It has a little bit of space up front on the stick, and that comes just out of zone, and they'll regroup here at center ice. Clavin putting some pressure on.
There it is.
Good work by Clavin. Finally turns that over up front. Chips it out to Wilson. Wilson chops one in. That scoots wide left, or to the right, excuse me. Goalie's left. LaRose controls up against the edge. Out to Wilson. Wilson chops another one in. That gets saved. Clavin crashes. And Armstrong breaks out. Ellickson settles it back behind his net. Wilson to Jeffers. He gets hung up deep in his corner. He's going to try the other side. Wilson's there for it. Looking for Wilson. Wilson pops one out, finds Clavin, and then Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld does push it through, gets pinched off at the blue line, regrouped by Armstrong. Clavin draws some contact and gets held up by LaRose. LaRose fires one across as Jeffers breaks. Ends up on the doorstep as LaRose breaks. He turns, fires, and that ends up off a stick I heard in there somewhere. And Wilson chops another one in. With space here on the near side, temporarily, as Kanan, though, goes in and creates a turnover. Has it on the doorstep himself, but nobody home on the backside. Wilson to Homstall. Homstall flips one in. Brown looking for a deflection. And that one ended up going backwards on him.
Good hold. Oh, okay.
Little 2-on-1 temporarily there off a glove. And now Homstall has it to Kanan. Kanan catches this with speed. Has Brown streaking up the far side. Looking 5-hole, nothing there. And that hops over Prentice's stick. Finds Nicollet near side. In fairness to Kanan there, he never really committed to him, did he?
No.
You know, I mean, I kept thinking he's got Brown streaking down that side, but the defender never really committed to cutting him off, thinking he would pass that over there, and he took the shot.
Yeah. Took what was there, I guess.
All right, Prentice gets a puck out of danger. Homstall now on the far side, gets deflected off his own guy.
Send him.
And now Kanan's on it again. Chips one forward. Has Homstall, and Homstall just over the blue line, and we'll get fresh skaters in there. Couldn't quite moonwalk the blue line there and stay on.
Lost track. You know, I'm not seeing the leading goal scorer for this Armstrong team is number 4 by a large margin, and I haven't seen him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Mead, Ulchel, and Kurth back in, along with Nicholas and Prentice are still in. Prentice plays it. Has room up the middle. Tries to bank one over. And that ends up just iced. Prentice looking for a little bank shot to a streaking Ulchel and just out of his reach. Mead on the draw. It's chipped out into the slot. Backhanded in, and a one-time opportunity on the doorstep here. And Ulchel able to at least get it back to the blue line, dump back in as Jeffers looks for Ulchel. Neutral ice and back in. Wilson's on it. Ulchel again past his skates, but that's going to roll in to zone, and we'll see what the pressure creates here as Kurth attacks back. Mead pressuring. Jeffers trying to hold the blue line here. Ulchel looking for a break. In comes LaRose. Does scoot to neutral ice. LaRose picks that up, skates it in. Kurth with a little bit of space.
Yes.
Oh, a nice little
love
give and
play.
go. Really,
Great play.
that was a great pass.
Yep.
And right on that scoring opportunity. Clavin kind of wills that one into zone and then loses it in his skates. And Wilson works that through and ultimately offsides as who was trying to get back on there? Wilson, maybe? All right, Hasselfeld, Clavin, and LaRose forwards. Prentice and Nicollet in front of Ellickson. Battle at the blue line eventually gets chopped in by Clavin. Hasselfeld will chase into the zone. LaRose stops that. Gets a couple of wings close on LaRose there, but good back check by LaRose, slows that down. Nicollet regroups up and over the top of LaRose, hung up on the blue line, and LaRose continues to battle on the corner. That gets played in and shut down by Nicollet. Chip forward. Hasselfeld tries to work it through, but the Wings play it. Now Homstall. And that off a stick and in to the Wings bench. 6:30 remain, a one-goal lead here for the Trojans. Now Kane and Brown and Homstall are in. Wilson and Jeffers back on D. The Wings control that draw, at least poke that deep into zone, and it gets chopped forward. Now the pressure of Kanan as they turn and fire. That gets just back over the top. Kanan holds that up himself, finds Homstall on the far side, and that one ends up deep into the zone. Brown chips that around, looking for Homstall, gets held up by a wing, but on the doorstep and gets scooted out. Battle up close and gloved by the Wings goalie. So we think kind of a sprained ankle kind of situation, or is it sprained? Or no, hip.
It was his tip and back thigh here, and just I think just a contusion.
Oh, so he fell hard.
Fell hard onto the rail. Yes.
With as much skiing, rails, and park as these boys have done, I'm a little surprised this is the first of such injuries.
I am absolutely surprised as well. Yeah.
And not him in particular, just any of them, right? That they've all been down. They've put some serious hours in on that park.
Yeah, they do.
Wilson picks one up at the blue line, rips one high and hard, and that just goes up and over the top. Kanan controls in the far corner, works his way out of it, tries to chip that in, gets it back on his own stick, and that pops out. Jeffers flies in, a high puck up top. Brown kind of avoiding that hand pass situation. I think he wanted to bat at it. And that does find its way to neutral ice and turned around here by Armstrong. Kanan pokes one away. This kid's a skater here.
Yeah.
Ends up overreach, and Jeffers breaks that up. Nice little move. Finds Kurth. Kurth chips it ahead. Nice stick work there by Jeffers to shut that down. Puck held in by Ulchel. Settled by the Wings goalie and worked up the near side. Nicolet's there to try to pin it and stop it, and it scoots by him. Kurth will chase it. Ellickson's there to help. Kurth, Ulchel,
nice
right
play.
to Mead. Mead finds a little bit of space. He's going to get pinned on the corner. What happened?
I called him offsides, but
wasn't the puck in front of him?
yeah. He kicked it in off his front of his leg.
Huh. All right. Offsides on Mead. Kurth and Ulchel in with him. Nicollet and Prentice back. Puck lost for a second as Mead tries to chip it forward. Nicollet on the stick of Ulchel, but turned back in by the Wings as Prentice retreats. One goal here for the Trojans. I would say fairly in control of possession time, but not a ton of shot advantages here, right?
No.
I mean, they've poked a few at. I guess there's stuff like that. We've chipped a couple in
But
as Nicollet fires one in.
I think we should feel good about how they're playing.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think the
zone
control, and maybe now it's just finding it and getting it on the net
Yep.
a little bit. All right, LaRose into the far corner. Clavin there. Clavin draws some contact in a battle with LaRose.
Holding.
Oh, and a puck gets kicked right out front. Hasselfeld comes firing in and on it and whistled as Hasselfeld, kind of right place, right time there. Had a nice little slapper at it and ends up all right, Hasselfeld, Clavin, and LaRose along with Wilson and Jeffers at D. This one works back to Jeffers, back to LaRose, chips it into Clavin. Clavin reverses, tries to work his way, centering pass. LaRose was on the doorstep there, just ends up behind him a little bit. Played back in, and now the Wings have a little bit of room on the near side. They get played off. Up on the edge, and that ends up in the far corner. And another centering pass and a save by Ellickson. 2:35 here left in the first. I think I understand we are resurfacing every 2 periods, so we'll probably see a quick turnaround here after the first and then a longer break after the second, if I have my story straight.
I think that's correct, yeah.
Kanan. Oh, and that gets played off by Ellickson. Brown looks to try to chip it through. Does get it to neutral ice, but nothing but Wings there to play it. It gets poked back into range as Jeffers will retreat to his own net. Back to Wilson. Wilson fans on the first attempt. He'll try near side to Brown. Brown plays a hard one across to Armstrong. And Wilson crashing the net hard, in on it, turns and fires, and a nice save as Hasselfeld skated away with that one. Kanan now on it, working in. Good hustle from Wilson there, looking, kind of crashed that net hard, looking for a rebound. And
boxing out the defenseman, too. He took the lane.
All right, Kanan toe dragged his way off sides there for a second, and but was let his line mates regroup. Now to Kanan. That was a great pass on the tape at the red line. Regroup here again as Brown looking for Prentice. To Homstall. Works into zone. Lead pass up, broken up by Prentice. Tennis match here across the blue line. Finally chipped in by the Wings. Back to Homstall. Had Kanan streaking. Everything's getting kind of hung up. Now Nicollet's on it. Chip that forward. A little disjointed right now.
Yeah. Just needed to get the puck in deeper there.
Saved by Ellickson. All right, 39 seconds remain in the first. What we think is going to be a quick turnaround into the second. Trojans hanging on to this 1-goal lead. Mead, Kurth, Altschul in along with Jeffers. Oh, and a nice save by Ellickson there as that broke free out of that face-off. Wilson plays it back. Jeffers to Kurth. Kurth looking for Mead. Mead can't quite control it. Does find its way to Altschul. Not long, though, as it turned back around to the Wings. Turns and fires on the doorstep again as the Wings with some scoring chances here. And Jeffers battles and finds a loose puck back behind his own net. He's going to skate his way through. Turns over deep. And trip.
They're going to...
On behalf of one other goal disallowed, I'm glad they didn't turn and fire that one in on the trip because we might have had some Wing pandemonium here from the
Oh,
fan side.
that's unfortunate. They had good zone pressure, controlling it, and then just kind of a
Just a
unfortunate trip
loose stick.
right at the end of the period. We'll take it, though.
Yeah, so we'll start, barring a quick trigger here, we'll start the second in a power play. Meade probably looking to get to Clavin for a quick one. That'll be your period. All right. Not the cleanest period we've ever had, but we'll take a one-goal lead after that. Ellickson looked solid.
Very solid. Probably better than average first period for us.
That's true.
Actually.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. We're not the hottest starting crew. I feel like when we focused on it a lot and gave them a lot of crap the one turn when we came out and scored like four straight in the first, right?
Yeah,
I forget
yeah,
what that
yeah.
was. So. So Oliver move, like, can he walk? Is it like
He's walking okay. He did try to skate in the backyard a little bit, and it didn't go great.
Was he out here warming up, or is he not dressed?
Yeah, no.
I thought I saw
He's
him.
stretching right now.
Oh, that is him. Yeah, okay.
He, I saw. He looked like he was moving okay in the warm up, but I don't know how much it's hurting doing what he was doing.
Sure. He is a skier, not a snowboarder.
Skier, yeah.
All right, Ellickson making his way to the other side. We're going to start with Hasselfelt, Clavin, and LaRose at forward. Prentice and Nicollet will begin out in front of Ellickson. And the wings will start with one in the box. So we've got a two-man power play, or a 2-minute power play. And if I remember right, this is the first penalty we've seen.
Yep.
All right. Hasselfeld turns and wins that one, chips that forward to LaRose. Turn around here in front of us. Hasselfeld to Nicollet to Clavin. Clavin chips that through, or Hasselfeld chips that through Clavin, holding the line. And the wings blow a edge here near side as they try to skate it out. Hasselfeld on it. Prentice battling. And Hasselfeld breaks free with it. Finds his way over to Clavin. Back to neutral ice. And say, let's dump one in here. And
Maybe get another line out there.
we scrambled through 30 seconds there of uncertainty. All right. Wilson, Jeffers are your outside. Homstall takes this one in. Had a little space there. I don't not a.
Would have had been a
I'm
good
fine with
shot.
that. I'm fine with that shot. You got to. He for sure was going to see it, right? There was no screen, no nothing there, so you got to kind of paint that pipe and hope for the best. And he wasn't far outside of it.
No, he didn't miss by much.
So Kane and Brown and Homstall are in. I think I missed that change. 1:13 remain on the power play. Kane battles forward. Brown dives towards the crease along with a couple of Eagles, pins his guy up against the board, and it ends up back behind as Homstall now plays it. Brown has another chance at it. Now we can kind of get into the offense here a little bit as Wilson skates in a little closer, and a puck out front finds Homstall, now around to the corner to Jeffers. Jeffers creates some contact there as Kanan skates out with it, trying to get free himself. Has Brown in deep. Now Brown works it back to Wilson. Wilson back to Brown. And Brown flips one in, and that is saved and chipped at by Homstall. A little better showing there.
A little control in the zone.
32 seconds remain. 13:34 in the period. Puck holds. Brown breaks. Gets chipped out to Prentice. Prentice with a little room. He flips one in. Deflection by Brown on the doorstep. Couldn't quite get free. It did sit there for just a second. Kanan works it over to Homstall. Homstall chips it back to Kanan. Kanan to Nicollet to Prentice. Back to Nicollet. Flipped in. Deflected in! Homstall off the deflection. So Homstall from Nicollet, I believe, and that is the second goal with 1 second left on the power play.
From Nicollet
and the Trojans to, what's that?
From Nicollet and Prentice.
From Prentice to Nicollet to Homstall with the tip, and score for Trojans. Go up 2.
And that was a good power play. They moved it around. Good patience.
They found their way through that a little bit better.
Yep.
Charlie's wondering if he's going to get any help back there.
Kind of missed what happened there.
Well, off the face-off, I don't know where it came, but it rocketed into their zone.
Nobody moved?
And everybody just like, I don't know, or maybe they thought it was icing. I don't know. But Charlie kind of gave anybody helping out here?
I saw his reaction.
This is an old reference. Do you remember, I don't know if there is a Loyola Marymount offense of hockey, but remember that reference from basketball?
No.
It was the ultimate early stage.
Save.
Huge saves in there by Ellickson, and that'll come back. I lost to my Loyola Marymount. They basically didn't play D. They just chucked it down the court. So everything was a transition basket. So if they didn't score 120 points, they would lose. But they could score, and so they could play minimal defense. And thought maybe that was it. We're just going to let everybody stay out here and hope Charlie could just chuck it through the zone, and that we would create odd man rushes back. I mean, our teams that leak players out, right? They'll leak a defender out, and Ellickson with another nice save. He had a lot of room in the slot there, kind of standing there all alone, flips one in, and Ellickson with another save. I don't know that we're counting saves or shots officially here, but he's had several.
Yep. High quality ones, too.
Yep. Hasselfeld plays to Nicollet to Clavin. That gets chipped out, looking for LaRose, and just out of his reach, and Prentice will try to find his way out. Now Clavin to Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld works his way through, across the red line, and LaRose puts a little pressure on. Hasselfeld slows that down. LaRose tries to work that one back in. Clavin finally comes free with it. Has a little room up the near side. Centering pass, nobody home. But Nicollet does hold that off. Prentice then dumps as everybody gets back across the blue line. 11:04 left in the second. And a 2-goal lead here for the Trojans as Wilson comes in, works his way up. Centering pass up front. Hasselfeld was standing there but kind of got pushed off his line and couldn't quite get his stick down. Now a streaking Homstall there, and that is offsides as Homstall broke on that pass. Jeffers and Wilson are your defenders. Kane and Homstall and Brown forwards. And this is controlled by the wings. Work their way through temporarily as Homstall gets a piece of it. Brown chips it forward. Ooh, deep turnover given up there. So concerned with the breakout, realize you got to hold off on that forechecker there, because he did poke that through and had a kind of point-blank shot and another save for Ellickson. That gets deflected up and off. Kanan will be on the draw again. Craig, at this level, how much Brown, excuse me, pokes one through. Did not really have an angle nor a trailing forward in time. But they hold on to it. He works his way back to Jeffers. Jeffers flips one in, and Homstall got a piece of that, and that was a fantastic deflection. Bad as he come into his own on that. He can really pick that puck up on the crease. I mean, he's had more tip-ins, I think, than anybody. And
well, think of the game winner against Maple Grove.
Yes.
Yep.
Firing in, and Homstall's on it again. Now Jeffers there, and they keep attacking. How much do the coaches here? I'm just thinking, like, watching some Big Ten hockey and the Four Nations last night. How much are these coaches able to actually try to match lineups? Is this just a rotation of when your guys are tired, you're getting out and you're going to match up with whoever you match up with?
Yeah.
Or do we see how things are rotating and you're really trying to get a piece of it?
I don't think our coaches match up at all to this point.
That draw deep in the zone, controlled nicely by the Wings. However, Kurth creates a turnover, chips one forward, waved off, and Meade wins the race in there. Good hustle by Meade. Turns, fires, reverse. Now Kurth into the edge. And now the Wings clear out. Good pressure there by Ulchel and Nicollet. Two big hits there. Slow down some progress as Meade tries to chip it forward. Prentice in position to slow that down as just a wild sequence of hits and scattered pucks here. And finally, Meade scoots that through, finds his way deep into zone, picked up by Kurth. Kurth turns, fires, scores! Kurth from Meade?
Yeah.
Kurth from Meade. Kurth with a beautiful wraparound, finds a little bit of space.
There was not much of a window
and
there.
Picks a high corner and puts it home. Goal 3 for the Trojans as Kurth finds one here. 6:21 into the second.
These guys have an aggressive face-off. They're aggressive in the face-off circle. I've noticed they're coming through our centers pretty repeatedly.
Meaning their centers more playing more body than puck?
Which is a play.
Yep.
It is a play, but 14 does it a lot. This guy, you see it. I don't know what the defense is against that, but I'm sure Corey knows. Probably,
and I would think, not that he's playing center, so we're going to get a trip here with 8:13 remaining in the second. Maybe the second power play of the day. No, that might be put Clavin in. Clavin to be effective, I think, at the dot with the bull. What do you call it, the bull face off?
Just 14 does it. Yeah.
All right, Hasselfeld's going to squirt out of this face-off with it. He's going to go down. Finds his way up to Jeffers. Jeffers shoots one in. That ends up wide left. Hasselfeld back to Jeffers. Over to Clavin, tries to play it off his skate. Loses track of it. But Hasselfeld works his way in. Clavin with a backhander scores! Clavin from Hasselfeld. And a really quick, that was a quick little backhander that found elevation fast, right? So he was in close, and he painted that into that top right corner. And beautiful Clavin goal.
Even the best boys have trouble reading those backhands. They're so hard to know.
And it came real quick, right? Yep. There was no wind up. It was just
timeout Armstrong.
Just a snap of the wrist from Clavin, and
well, it was interesting at the start of that play. I think Max is a smart enough center. Seeing what that guy's doing, he basically let him go and then just boxed him out. Like he boxed him around the puck, and then he just had the puck right there, and that started that whole end zone play. So I guess that's the answer.
That's got maybe they're coached up on that, right? He's you talk a lot of, again, back to basketball. Like sometimes if those guys are going to drive hard and like back you in hard, it's like a trapdoor. Like sometimes don't even body them.
Yep.
Just give them space,
Yep.
and they're going to expect contact, and they'll just sometimes fall over. They'll at least be out of control. So let them use their momentum, I guess, right? Just get almost kind of, ole and get out of their way and then try to play the puck around them, right?
Well, then going back to asking about matching up, I mean, I think one of the reasons we don't, I mean, look at this game. We've got goals from all three lines.
Yep.
We roll them out. And then, the other part is, I don't know how many teams we have a good scouting report on yet, but
That's right.
as we get deeper here, we've played Maple Grove 3 times already if we happen to run into them.
Yep.
If we play Wayzata,
That's right.
obviously we know them, so you might see more
That
of
game,
that.
so the other Wayzata team plays
Right after this.
Minneapolis right after, and that's who
Minneapolis,
we
great.
play if we win.
We'll play if we win.
If we win, we play the winner.
Which it looks good now, but we will play the winner of that game. Yep.
Yep. Woo!
He had his stick angled the wrong way on that one.
And it ended up popping straight up in the air, and he batted it out, and got a little help from the D to exit that one. That was a little dangerous in there. Midway point here of the second and the game. Brown works his way to a little bit of space, skates that in far side, finds it deep, leans in, turns, deals. Kanan and Homstall get themselves tied up a little bit, and the Wings will have it on the near side. Prentice slows that down, but a breakout opportunity here for the Wings as Prentice is back. Brown's back check along with Prentice slows it down, and Nicollet will play it on the far side. It's edited back behind the net. Solid possession here for the Wings. Let's see if Brown can find his way out. Brown plays that one soft. Ends up centered. Thankfully, nobody home. That gets chipped up. Kane in there to play it. Homstall breaks in. Fresh skaters coming in a 2-on-1 situation. That goes up and over the top of Ellickson there. As Jeffers scoots through, chips it forward to Homstall, right on the stick of Kanan. Kanan with a backhand. Beautiful save. Kanan took him forehand to backhand, and he read it and got that pad blocker out. And that's a tough backhand to get up in the air, and he knew it, and that was a great save. As we say that, though, Kanan creates another turnover here, skates his way free up the near side, and a backhander back around.
Oh.
What happened?
They high stick Carson right in the helmet in front of the net.
Mead in for Kurth not Kurth. Kanan. I heard it. I didn't even see it.
Our defenseman
Wilson
put the puck in, and a couple seconds later, the guy went right through him.
Okay.
Arms up. So got him for roughing. I should say that.
I literally heard it. I was watching down.
The high stick in front on Homstall was accidental. I mean, he was just trying to shift position, but
and he got him.
Came up and got him in the mask. I'm okay with that.
An easy miss.
Called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was away from the puck, right?
Absolutely, yep.
All right, Mead. Draw here. A 2-minute advantage for the Trojans again. On the body, and Mead picks up the rebound off of deflection and fires one in. Wilson now has it deep. Little bit of space. Working his way up to Jeffers. Jeffers loses it near side. As Wilson works his way up, Jeffers closes. Bodies off. Mead works his way through. Ulchel picks it up at the blue line. Tries to dangle through. They got an interference back away from the puck on Mead. So we'll skate fours for 1:20. Did you see it away?
I don't love that one.
Was he just
that was pretty weak.
Skating his way in?
Skating his lane. You have to be
Up,
searching for that.
up for.
Yeah.
It hasn't been equal in penalties. Not that it needs to be, but I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying.
I get it.
Nicollet finds Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld, with a burst of speed, works his way through. Ends up back behind the net. Another save there for the Wings goalie. And they work their way through neutral ice as Nicollet will skate this one in. Does, and scoots that in back behind the net. Played back behind the goalie here. Chipped up, held in. Nicollet, slapper in, and saved. Hasselfeld and the Rose will be your forwards here. Nope. Hasselfeld and Clavin. Wilson and Jeffers back on the blue line. Jeffers holds, looking for Wilson. Wilson scoots in. Deflected puck.
Oh.
Hasselfeld tipped that. I think it was in the 5-hole and probably got squeezed by the skates or something behind him.
He just changed the speed on it a little bit.
Yep. Saves the save. And 34 seconds remain on the 4v4 skate. And we'll have 35 or so after that. Wilson off the pads. Deflected puck there finds its way on net. And we call that an own goal save, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Save's a save.
Yeah. Put it on the board.
19 seconds left in the even skate as Kanan and Brown are in. Jeffers to Wilson to Brown to Kanan, and that hops through his skates, but Jeffers on it. Finds a little body on the near side as the Armstrong Wings skater works his way in. Flips in.
Play-by-play. Look at this.
And color.
Heavy body on the far side as Kanan goes down. It is a man advantage here for the Wings as Kanan breaks free with it. And scores! Short-handed. Kanan's had a couple. That goalie stymied him once or twice earlier, but he found that one.
He went back to the
Went back to the move, and it worked. 18 seconds left here and a 5-goal lead for the Trojans.
It's a dynamic duo.
That we are.
Yeah.
Kanan again tries to power one in himself, short-handed here. That's scooted in zone temporarily. And a trip will come back just as
Missed it.
we kill this one. So we're going to go down 2 off the face-off here and then almost immediately get a skater back and then kill 2 more minutes. So we're going to roll with Prentice, Nicollet, and Brown.
Give it to him.
Too many men?
Too many men.
So now we go back in for the full time. 2 men down. As the exchange out of the box. Maybe we just let Meade run with that one next time.
Carson saw what was happening and he got excited.
All right, Brown, Prentice, and Nicollet in an attempt to kill a 2-man down situation here. Brown had a chance. That plays out. And Ellickson with the save.
5-on-3. You should have somebody in the front.
5-on-3 for, we got 135 and 140 left on the power plays. Brown ends up on the ground. That's interference, isn't it? Can you just go hit a guy away from the puck?
Oh, no.
Nicollet ties up, killing a little time.
Good block.
And that ends up over the net.
Oh, don't let him do that.
What happened?
Guy skated through Charlie after the whistle. 84.
All right, got a little help in here now. Mead, Wilson, and Jeffers will try to kill the remaining 104 and 110 remaining. Mead battles. Oh. Fired in. Puck never moved until it got slapped on Charlie there. And unfortunately, that only killed 4 seconds. Mead exits that one. Wilson doing a nice job, at least delaying things, but finally Armstrong controls. Gets deflected. Nice deflection. That just went high up and over the top.
Charlie did a nice job of
and
forcing
Mead
that over.
Mead with a big hit inside as Wilson tries to play that out. Need just a little more English on that. And Ellickson with the save. So we had 9 seconds left in the two-man and 14 in the second. So we could use a clean win here. Bringing Brown, a non-center, back in.
Well, his line mates are in the box, so
let's
just jump out and join him.
Oh! 1 second left in the two-man advantage and 6 in the other. So, yeah, we'll see Kanan firing in here. All right. And we're even strength. One last run at it as Kanan now breaks free. Has Homstall. That was a weird bouncing puck that popped out of there. I don't know how that happened, but
still can't get it on it. Get it flat. Inside.
They talked about that. Did you watch a game last night? The Four Nations.
Not
thing?
all of it, but
There was just one pass, and this might be commentator nonsense, but they just said the way that the assist came in and how he settled the puck to make sure that it slid flat, and how skilled that is and how much that assist made more of the difference in the score than the score did. And I'm just like, huh. Because, again, if a puck is either saucered or flipping or even just cavitating a bit, you just don't get the same stick on it, right?
yeah, it's amazing how they can just time that distance and have it land flat right at the right spot.
And a guy we were with who's a hockey guy, and he was just saying too, like, noticeable difference than even a good NHL game. And my only question to him was, sure, but aren't the lines that we getting another one?
Yep.
Trip, huh? I missed that. Was it a hit?
There's another
just
one
got a
behind
knee?
the play.
Oh. Oh, with 1 second left, they'll take an extra skater. sort of worked. They got it on there. Anyways, just and my question was, I mean, if you watch even the Olympics, they talk about Team USA maybe would struggle with the NBA champions just because of the strategy and the teamwork and how these guys work together. But it was so crisp.
Oh.
I mean, it looked like those guys have played together before, or they're just that talented.
And so fast. Like, it's
so,
faster than an NHL game.
It's fast. The skate speed is fast, but the passing, and it's just crisp. And
yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll take a little break with you. We are going to hit the locker rooms here with the Zamboni, so we'll give you a little bit of a break and be back in 10 or so.
Okay.
So, I, you got it's a 24 Cherokee. It's a really good. You got to move the crossroads. The crossroads is going to train you. You're training $1,000, and it was still way less than you. And it's been good. We've had it for a year. Maybe one or two other things, but nothing big. And last week was probably scary. Come on out those fluid. And see what happens. And then we're going to figure out that hole. So you just got to probably steer. Fired it up this morning. We've had to roll those. And it's like I could just see something to it. Well, it's just being out the bottom of the car. And so he starts tearing into the power steering belt. Seized. And eventually, I'm sure that wasn't even spinning. Eventually, that belt was not rolling. It was sliding on that whole thing. And then it got pulsing. Which obviously bottom line. And he's like, should I replace them? Replace all of them? Just in case that was if it's another $50 or $100, just replace the stuff around it. Savings in the early thousands we do it themselves, and then just replace it all automatically. Heated blades, bought old jets, get run. Something like that. Last year, they're good enough to be dangerous. We had a truck. Oh yeah, Jake. He swapped out all the solenoids and replace all of those. Yeah, grown up school. Not a problem for you that way. I did have a school good growing up, and I can tear it down a little bit. I would not. Part of it was my own direct service station. Fix all this stuff. I didn't have to. It was out here. It's so not just expensive. You could probably just fix something like this. Okay. Well, it's been heard of trying to do some of that stuff. We took the change of that. One thing that these kids have to do is literally, so I look at like Jeep with any serpentine built. You know, like we need this socket, we need a breaker bar, or a torque wrench, and they'll remove this thing, but it's still got it. Now, I'll check back in and see. I was always there. Well, I was telling somebody too. Meaning we were going to do that anyways. And the worst thing that happened was after our trip, that's interesting. Yeah, if we had snow, these ones in the world now don't like just these two. Yeah, that's part of the problem. But I've been looking now because, like, we've got this big shed, so I have space. Yeah. Now is the time. If you're willing to store it over the summer, there's nothing but screws here in the row. So I'm gonna peek around. I kind of want. I've been looking at kind of over the high end performance part of it. So now I'm got instead of now. So I'm kind of looking at some of those. As an Anna, so and I think or find out a lot. All right, welcome back. After a Zamboni break, the Trojans are in the penalty box. Picked one up just with 3 seconds left in the period there. Wilson's battling in the corner. I even forget we had a trip or something at the end of the period there. Jeffers skates free. Tries to carry him one online, and on the fresh Zamboni, that thing's it's gonna ice in a hurry.
This isn't your normal third period.
Where were we that one time where they couldn't ice it? It was so slushy.
I can't remember where that was.
I mean, everything came to a stop.
It was bad.
Wilson scoots it through, has Kurth over. To a breaking Mead. Kurth regroups, flips that up, high and over the top. That little Kurth rainbow pass killed a few seconds all by itself. 1:06 left in the power play, 14:07 in the game. 5-goal lead here for the Trojans. Brown subbing in on D with Nicollet out, so he'll pair up with Prentice here. Chips that out, looking for Clavin. Played in by the wings. Nice save there for Ellickson. They got open in the slot, fired one up towards his right shoulder, and it stopped. Another one in on the crease, chipped out by Brown and Prentice. Now Brown will work his way around the far side, trying to battle back. Does come free with it. Clavin poke checks that out. Has LaRose on the far side. LaRose can't quite get it out, but Clavin chips one to neutral ice, and then it's right back in. Probably offside. It's probably okay that it didn't get called.
Yeah, playing close enough here in the third.
5 seconds left. One last little run here for the Wings as Ellickson plays it behind his own net. Breakout here as Wilson chips it out to Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld powers it through, finds it on his stick, comes all the way across. Wilson skates through the stick of the wing. Hasselfeld in a battle. Nice little pass across here, and stick checked away nicely. Another good defensive stand there for Jeffers. That's a couple of those today where he was kind of on an island and he poked that away. Good play as Wilson finds his way to the crease as LaRose was there. He couldn't quite get his stick free, but creates a turnover again as Hasselfeld skates it across the middle. Centering pass, nobody there. Brown will chase into the corner as the Wings try to get it out, and the Trojans hold. Hasselfeld played off. Homstall with a slapper up and in the net. Full rotation in as Brown's line mates come in. I don't know if Brown just moved from D to O there, but he stayed in his forward spot. Nicollet and Prentice out as Homstall turns and flips that one in behind his own net. Played out. Brown holds, looks for Homstall. Homstall skated by it, but Kanan gets a piece of it. Brown then breaks, scoots it forward again. And a little back and forth D to D pass here to Prentice to Nicollet to Prentice. And picked off by the Wings. Checked away by Homstall. Homstall finds it, and all alone on his backside here as Nicollet gets in position there and slows that down. Man, he had a chance at that in the slot, and Nicollet kind of came out of nowhere. Those go-go gadget arms, long arms and long stick. I don't think you think he can get to you, and he does.
He's so good at that.
Ellickson plays that back against the grain, into the corner to Prentice. Prentice skates out across the blue line as Homstall chips it forward, looking for Kanan. Played around by the Wings, and the Wings dump that in. Nicollet will chase in on it. Brown to Kanan. Kanan dangles his way through, finds a little room on the far side, in and scores! Kanan dangled his way through 3 or 4 defenders and found a high right part of the net up and over the glove. And
good shot there.
That is a unassisted goal, I think, when you skate that length of the...
Somebody gave it to him here.
There's somebody on the lead out.
Yeah.
Either way.
It's so far back, I don't even remember who it was.
For sure it is Kanan on the goal, and 6-0 Trojans with 10:27 left in the third.
Running time.
Oh, yeah.
Wilson is playing a physical game. He's looking body.
But the stick stayed down.
Stick stayed down, yeah.
Try to get him back.
Reverse hit.
Really indecision on who's going to cover that one.
Whoop. That'll get out.
Culture on the forecheck. The Wings play that in, bounces hard off the back. Ooh, centering pass out front, finds its way up. In and on, and deflected, I think, off with the shin pad of Wilson.
Good play by Mead.
And Wilson has a chance to play it again here. Also dices that one out into neutral ice. He's run around here by the Wings. Fresh skaters coming in for the Trojans, and the Wings are offsides. It's played in Mead and Hurst. come in. Prentice and Nicholas here defenders with 8:52 and time running here with a 6-goal lead for the Trojans. Clayton pops that in. He'll move on himself. Holds up. As the roll slows that. Nicholas moves back inside. Shifts back to the roll. Rose finds a little bit of space. Has Prentice all rolling outside.
We gotta get to the front.
Rips one off the back. Clayton looking to chip it out to the forward. Turns and fires himself. That ends up in, and a nice save. That ended up, I think, in the leg pad. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure he knew right away.
I think he was surprised with how quick that shot got to him.
Fell back on the draw. Plays in. Nicholas. Sharp angle. Puts that one on net for another save. Throw that in there with crashing skaters. You don't know. He gives that up with 2 skaters crashing the net.
That's about as good as it gets from that angle right there.
Sounds like your mic's over.
Can I trade just in case?
Yeah.
Possibly some technical difficulties as the Wings find their way onto the doorstep here and continue to fire, and a save and a series of saves there by Ellickson as Clavin comes in, bodies off. Hasselfeld gets a piece of it, and then Clavin plays it to LaRose and turned around by the Wings. Nicollet chops that back in, and Hasselfeld will carry after it. Homstall and Jeffers turns another one around. The Wings are having to regroup here as they had a skater get pretty deep. Now Brown plays it to Kanan. Kanan working his way through. Has a lot of skaters in his way, and Brown flips one in. That rips off the back glass. Jeffers will have a chance at it in the near side, and that gets deflected deep as Kanan battles in the corner. Finds his way onto his feet just as the Wings break out. Jeffers and Wilson are back. Wilson will break at the red line, chop that forward to Homstall, and Homstall kicks that back in, and Kanan will race into the corner for it. Brown holds that up with his skates. And just a lot of shin deflections here. Ooh, as centering pass to Homstall. A little slapper flies up high and out of the way. Jeffers trying the ultimate off-speed pitch. Wilson, Kanan, just a bit of a reach from Homstall, but it does get centered to Brown. Nice back check there by the Wings because he closed fast on that, as that was nicely put together. And weird sequence there. I don't know how that got hung up in sticks, but now Kanan with room up the far side. Back to Homstall. A bunch of action up front. And scores! The goalie stood up.
He got so distracted by Jack, I don't know what his deal was.
And then eventually poked that in.
Maybe he thought it the whistle blew.
I didn't hear it, right? But he seemed confused. He stood straight up. And Kanan pokes that one home. 7 for the Trojans and 4:30 and running here. Mead, Kurth. Just enough on that to ice back. You still got lights, or is that out? Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
We got one mic down, so I've lost my color commentator. Let me know if you have anything interesting to say. I'll
I don't know.
just get in a little.
Now,
Just want to get a little closer here.
I'll just lean in.
Yeah. Kurth off the draw, chips that one forward. That will. No, that is going to get there. I thought that one was going to die, but at this point with running time, it's all the same.
Yeah, take it.
I mean, 7 goals in 3 minutes is tough, but this is probably where you want your goalie to come out and play those, wouldn't you?
I would
You just.
say as well.
All right, Nicollet deep, looks for Altschul. To Mead, right back to the wings. As Nicollet takes the skater out, Mead works his way in. Hard across the crease, looking for that backhand. Can't quite play it in. As Altschul's going to get a little roughing, I think, up against the glass there. Does the clock stop for that?
Put the penalty up, I guess.
I guess.
I think that was just to calm the game down. We're going to call the next guy.
Yeah.
That goes to the board.
Alexson with a save. Jeffers. And some pushing and shoving. Protect your goalie.
All good.
.145 and running still. Wings control. Centering out. And that will kill some time. Played around. Wilson on the far side looking for Jeffers. Hasselfelt there to play it. Leaves it behind as Jeffers will play it again deep into the corner. Be happy to die on the stick back there a little bit. And Hasselfelt skates out with it. 30 seconds remain on the power play. Hasselfelt got kind of rubbed off on the rail over here and goes down. I don't think we're going to draw any penalties in the last. Is that iced?
It was. Not that they let it go though, but. And then in the power play.
All right, on the whistle. Altschul will be released.
That's smart.
And that ought to do it. All right, 7-0, and we'll see you, I think, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And we'll have the winner of the next game, which is Minneapolis and the other Wayzata team.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for